Welcome to round 3 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of September 23rd. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Nicole Eridix.
Hi there.
And Terry Morrow.
Hello.
We're moms of teens and young adults, and when it comes to parenting, we've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. But we're still waiting for that day when we'll reach the finish line and have no further need to lay down in a dark room with a wet rag over our eyes, worrying about something or other. So Wednesday is complaint day here on Parenting Roundabout, and today we're complaining about the way we, usually us mothers, have to be the dumping ground for our kids' stresses and questions and challenges.
Yeah, doesn't that seem to be the way?
So what's happening with you, Terry?
I've had a situation lately. I mean, we always have had a certain division of labor in our home about talking topics, that I take the girl stuff with my daughter and my husband takes the guy stuff with our son, and that's been okay. And, you know, certainly when there's been stress at school and when there's been educational challenges, I've been the one who takes out my sword and shield and goes and deals with them. And my husband puts his feet up and watches 70s TV. No, he does tons of stuff. So, but, you know, the worry definitely falls on me. I'm definitely the worry repository, the stress repository. But lately we've had a situation where I have been the sole repository of conversation on a topic, and I don't actually get why. It's been very odd, so I thought I would tell you guys about it and see what you think, and if you've ever had a situation like this. You know, my son took driver's education when he was in high school, but he was not at that time ready or interested in driving, so that time passed by. And, you know, we always thought he's very interested in cars, he's very interested in keys. We always thought at some point maybe he would get around to wanting to drive and we would deal with it then. And, you know, now he's 26 and all of a sudden, about, I'd say maybe 6 months ago, he started talking about wanting to drive. And, okay, sure, you know, if you want to try, buddy, that's fine. First thing you have to do is do the written test. We got him the book. And pretty much every time he and I are together for these past 6 months or so, I drive him to work. It's about a half an hour trip. Constantly the topic of conversation, never-endingly, is driving. When can I go take my test? How am I going to learn to drive? I heard about this driving school. Can we try that? You know, do you think I can be a good driver? Over and over and over and over again. This thing is just like the constant stream of conversation about driving. Seems like it's really super important to him. And I'm, you know, trying to be as reinforcing as I can. You know, first you got to pass the written test, then we'll see what we'll do. You know, he wanted me to call driving schools. I started looking into driving schools, doing all this stuff. At the same time, he has like half an hour drives with my husband. Mentions it not at all. Has not once said anything to him. I say to my husband, so, you know, our son wants to start driving. He's like, what? I haven't heard that. It's like, well, but I hear about it 100% of the time. How is it possible that you hear about it 0% of the time? He said, he hasn't said anything to me, and I would mention it to my son, and he would say, well, my dad won't believe me. I said, he'll believe you. Go talk to him. Nothing. For months and months. I get all of this stuff, including requests to do things about it, and my husband gets nothing. So it's like, I don't know, is this a game he and I are playing? Because he does sometimes have little scripted things that he repeats over and over. Or is it serious? I mean, it seems like he's wanting me to, you know, he's asking me to do things and then he's asking if I've done them. So it seems like it's a serious thing. But this is the kind of thing you divide amongst both parents, I think, that we talk about as a family. Why am I getting it? So eventually, you know, I think my husband finally brought it up with him, and now they're talking about it, and he's going to go take his written test. And so, you know, it's out in the open now. But have you guys ever had a situation where your kid talks only to you about something, either about something confidential that you then can't tell your husband, which then sets up something awkward, or just seems to only want to talk about it with you? Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. You know, it's like, here, let me talk to you endlessly about this thing that's stressing me, and you bear all the burden.
Well, I certainly get all the crisis calls.
Thank you so much, honey.
Yes. The ones where it's like, Mom, help, quickly. I don't know what to do. I get all of those.
Do you feel like sometimes we seem like a safer person to dump things on?
No, it's just that she knows that I'll get things done. She tells her dad it's not going to happen. You would have no idea.
We're cursed by our own effectiveness.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that happens. In, you know, because I'm the one who knows they'll constantly ask me, all three of them, children and adult, when is this happening?
Yeah.
When is that happening? Do I have anything scheduled on X date? Everyone has access to the calendar. I do not keep it under lock and key. You can read it anytime you want. Anytime you want. Yeah. It's right in the kitchen. Yeah. It's on the fridge where you go once a day.
And then they ask you for information about something and you look it up and then you tell them and then they start arguing with you. I'm just like, this is just what it says on the internet. I have no personal stake in this. Just, why is it my problem now?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And I think also, I mean, it doesn't sound like this is the case in your situation, Terry, but, things just become my responsibility or my sphere of influence, and whether I like it or not, and then that never changes.
Right.
As we talked about yesterday, I am the homework enforcer, and it's just been like that.
Yeah.
And in certain cases it's because my husband and one of my kids can escalate into unpleasant discussions very quickly. So I feel like I have to be the one that handles it. Otherwise, it's just a mess for everyone.
Yeah.
But, that's probably not the right way to handle things.
Yeah. That might be actually the situation for me in this, that I'm the person who is in charge of school, and this is kind of a school thing, and I'm the person who looks things up and finds places to go and what to do. So he may just figure it's my bailiwick and that we'll get, the other parent involved at some later date when it's time to start practicing driving, because I ain't doing that. He seems like the one to ask for that, and I seem like the one to make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But how do I get out of that gig? They have to find somebody else to take it, and that's not going to happen around here. So
yeah, exactly. That's never going to happen.
Yeah. Periodically left things for the other parent to do, figuring that this is how I get out of it, is just, assign it and then leave it alone, and I can't. It's like eventually either things don't happen at all and you have to take it back over, or it's done not the way you would like it, and then you have to take it back over. So,
Mm-hmm.
Which is always the advice, you have to let them own it and you have to be okay with it. Can't do it.
Yes.
It just causes too much stress.
So the kids are just cutting out the middleman, and they're just saying, well, it's going to end up here anyway, so why bother?
There's no point. Unless it's computer related or music related. They'll go to my husband for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else is up to me.
Yeah.
I get it all. So.
No one to blame but ourselves, but
I know,
it's so much fun to blame other people. Can we just do that for a while? That's why we have a podcast, right?
Exactly.
But then who do we get to complain to?
Each other. Y'all, if you could see our Facebook message board, so much drama has passed through there.
Actually, that is true, and that is why I am so thankful for this podcast.
Yeah.
Brings me so much solace in times of stress.
See, we only talk to you people, and then we don't talk to the other people in our lives, so we're just as bad. Right? We're just going to go dump this on the podcast, because they'll listen to us or not. We won't actually know. We can imagine people are listening.
Yeah.
We can constantly refresh our stats and say, that person listened to me.
Right.
It's perfect. It's a perfect opportunity.
We urge you all to get podcasts of your own.
Right.
Too.
But
for this reason.
Listen to ours first so you know how to do it. So,
That's right.
And there you go.
Listen to us and then respond to ours.
Yeah. Right.
And, hey.
Well, I think that's it for today's round 3.
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow and you'll hear us talking to each other and to you again. When we'll obsess about house rules and then come back on Friday to see what we've come up with for our roundabout roundup picks this week. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.